Good morning. This is chapter 2 of The Perils of Carol, I guess you could call it. Revisiting my learning years. When I gave up my stitchery to fulfill a lifelong dream and started out with the new thing to me was mixed media, the evolution started in maybe late 2015 or definitely 2016. And these were done and tucked away. And in my revamping and cleaning out and straightening up of my studio, which I explained to you more fully yesterday, the number one visit, these are still similar, a combination of learning that I had an incredible crush on collage, and I haven't lost that, not one iota. And using my mixed media as, let's say, a basis or a jumping off point or a filler point for collage. So today we have some more to look at, and I'm going to go faster than I did yesterday so that you can get on with other things. Here again we have watercolor paper made into I guess you could call it a book. I don't know. It's a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. But, so, the first page here is one major piece of collage, and my adventure in cutting the edge of papers. I still like to do it, and I'm going to do some more of it because I really still like it. So, as you can see, these are more deeply cut, and I do believe these are my original handmade stamps. I had to eliminate stamp making from my life because of my fingertips. We have a combination here of stamping and pen work and doodling, etc. And the look is quite satisfying to me in my evolution. And here, I believe, yes, is it? Yes, this is the back. This is the back cover, or the back part. No, it just went on and on. These are discoveries that even I'm having. So, as we can see, cover, pieces of collage, similar patterns, some Carol drawn and doodled pieces, and this was in January 2017, and some iridescence was added. Let's see if you can see it over here. Yes, there it is. You can see it there. So this is the full width of the piece of watercolor paper. It was, as I remember, incredible fun doing, and I added some geometrics on this one, and I kind of like them. They play nicely with these other softer flowered bits. So let's go back, and here we have the inside cover. And I'm trying to feel, yes, that's a piece of collage. This corner bit is a piece of collage. So is this. And these are. Anything else? No. Of course, the background is stenciled carol leaves and some carol flowers. And I was, on these, I can see I was learning by doing. And I must remember them because these would work any place, anywhere, as far as I'm concerned. Now, I changed my tune a little bit. On this one, I'm looking at the lights. And yes, okay. I left unpainted edges, more of them. And this one has no collage on it. This is all watercolor. This is watercolor through a stencil, maybe a little acrylic through a stencil, but all of this is watercolor and more experimenting with doodling. Let me get a little bit closer here for you. I'll never get this straight. Okay. And I love the way those watercolors blended. They just fell together, didn't they? And then I took advantage of what was there. That's one of the nice things that watercolor does for us. It has a life of its own, but if you look carefully, you can turn them into something. And what's next? Oh yes, I had this collage. Let me see if I can see this. She's of course collaged. This was, I love sunflowers. So we have a sunflower here, one here, and this is Carol. I used these as pickup pieces for the focal. I was very interested in trying to make the center. I mean, these were leaves, basically, petals for the sunflower, but I was quite happy with the way that that one turned out. Some yellow on the background, some yellow stenciling with a little bit of pen work. And where are we? I think I'm losing my place here. Let's go this way. This one? Wow. I decided on this one that I really wanted to change the look, heat things up, so to speak, and I remember, despite how many years ago it was, I remember doing this. We have an outline of collage. This piece is collaged. This is a piece of collage, and she is a collage. But first, I tried to use the colors that I found in her, in my favorite stencil. How many times have you seen this, and how many times those of you who know me know that my hand goes to this shape, whatever. It's just me. And here, of course, is a little bit of my Joe Sonia Gold, and a stencil with some bright colors. And these certainly seem to work together. They spoke for themselves. And the only thing that I did here was I did the Joe Sonia Gold as drops. I used the back of the bottom, or the back of a watercolor brush, and just dipped and touched, and that was the effect that we got from that. And I did that across part of her headgear there. So something different, And that's the fun of collage. You find things anywhere in a book or a magazine, and you cut them out and tuck them away, and all of a sudden, they become part of a story. Okay, now let's see about this one. Okay, this again is no collage, practicing with watercolor, but if you can see, I have very, very pale blue up here, and it darkens up as it goes down, a couple of shades of my blue Ceram Coat acrylic. But can you see my favorite stencil? And using just an iridescent paint. I believe this was from one of Target's iridescents. Love them to death. So, practicing, trying, going from here to here is the point of all of this fun. And I really need to learn to open these up. Here's the rest of it. No collage here either. This is a different stitch for binding this. I've never used it again. Don't even know the name of that one. Just down and up and down and up and come down and go through it again. But I think that little touch of iridescent works for me. Now, let's see if I can get out of this situation that I've gotten myself into. Let's see what else we have to see. Okay. Oh, yes. So, a single page. No collage. Nope, no collage. But oh, look at that gold. Makes me happy. And trying to use some white and to make this is watered down acrylic on the background, because I know that because it's either watered down acrylic or it's gouache. Could be gouache, which is a more opaque form of watercolor. This one speaks for itself and stands out by itself. And then we have this one. This, of course, is, okay, the rose and these two leaves are, of course, collage. Background. Boy, I was learning to really go with the background, wasn't I? And is this? No. Okay, this is a leaf that I put on and decided to have fun working with. These are some stenciling. These, I'm not sure. I don't feel any collage here, so it's it could be filled in stencil. Yes, it could be filled in stencil. It feels as though there's some thicker paint up there. But another try at something large, a lot of punch. Goodness, it's bigger than my fist. And trying to utilize colors. Well, as I say, it's never-ending. It's a never-ending source of fun. And let's see if I've missed anything. I don't think so. This is the front here, here, and here. So, this is one piece. Same idea, only a year later. The same watercolor paper. This is an entire piece of collage, which I fussy cut. I put on my background with watercolor. I remember that. and I added all of these watercolor leaves to fill in. So really it's quite a simple and almost oriental looking piece. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Now, oh yes, I was really experimental here. This is all watercolor, just put on in let's call it blotches of watercolor was the background. And I got that idea from this piece of collage. This is also, the frame is also, of course, a piece of framing that would be used in if you were doing regular framing. But I just thought I wanted her to be popped forward, and I used this as my idea. And this was so much fun as I remember it, putting on little bits and blobs, and then adding some watercolor leaves and some black, some doodling. This and this together, because of the blue here and here, I really tried to pick out the colors. That was fun. And then we have another biggie here. Another piece of collage, leaving the framing, doing the background colors, and adding the idea of a leaf and stem. Going down, as you can see, I'm going down another path, and I actually used this, picked up this blue over here on the edge. You probably put it on with a sponge. But things are changing, evolving. Here we go, back to a piece of a collage that I had for ages, from an old magazine, and I just loved her. She reminded me of Frida Kahlo. And these old stamps, and some flower stamps, and some, is there anything here? No, this is just circles of watercolor, and a flower to seem to be under her, and I picked this flower to look like this because of this little bit in the magazine, in the collage piece right here. Okay, let me see if you can get any closer to that. This bit up here, I picked out down here. And this, of course, is watercolor, or, as I said, it could be gouache. I'm thinking it might be gouache because of its, I don't know, so I call it chalky-looking effect, but it works the same way that watercolor does. Okay, this one is in 2018. Where are we going next? Another biggin. And background. Using painting on white and then painting iridescent over it. And this is a page from from one of my journals. I thought it gave a kind of an oriental look. This, another piece of collage, but it ended here. And I set myself the chore of finishing this, painting this in so it would look like this. That was fun. It wasn't a large piece to make me crazy, but it was fun doing. Of course, the leaves are Carol. Getting more used to working with leaves and coloring them and modeling them and so forth. Oh, yes. More evolution. White backdrop. I think there's probably gesso on the background. And these two pieces of collage I love them. And I thought, well, this would be a good practice or self-teaching of, and of course copy, of with paint. So, these are Carol's collage. This is watercolor to look like that, and to try to look like this, and etc., etc., etc. with the with this one. But this was the part that I kind of most proud of. These leaves here go up to here. So this, and this, I wanted to try to copy. I think I should have been a copier. I love copying like that and challenging myself to get it to look like the subject. But this was a happy making page. Well, 1, 2, 3 pieces of collage, some of my English stick-ons, some more of this over here, and this basically is just doing this and then putting, oh, this is so easy to do. This is some of the beautiful golden English stick-ons that I got in a big box. It was part of a big box of in July at an estate sale, and the lady was a crafter, and I bought the contents, not sight unseen, one of I think I bought 2 of her boxes, and I got many treasures. Practicing again. I'm off with the color here. If you can see this is more of an aqua color. This is more of, got a little bit of yellow, a little aqua there. And this is the reason that I use gold on the page, because this was part of the, of course, part of the collage. And this, I didn't get the color right there, and didn't get it right here, and I tried to do the red. I guess it was just one of those days in which I was just plain not holding my mouth right. And that happens. That happens. And I had this, and this, and that. And so they got plunked down. And once they were there, then I thought, okay, Carol, now I use this shape over here to try to make something that worked with. This goes, and this is supposed to go with this one. This I can see in this section on the collage. Okay, and my, yes. And this one was this over here. And I don't know what happened to my head. I guess I was going to go back. I should have added another coat here, and it would have been a little bit closer. But for those of you who want to play like this is great fun to do. And believe it or not, it is so relaxing. You just take a deep breath and plunge in. Except I got a little bit blind right there. I'll say it's this row here. No, just my interpretation. I'm being nice to myself right now. This, I hoarded her. I still have some of her. I do. I still have some of her. And this, and this, and this. They went down. The rest is stencil. All stencils. And some of the green to bring that out. I think this color right here and her lips sent me to this. I do remember really enjoying that in 2018. I enjoyed doing it. And I must do some more of it when I'm doing collage. Let the collage speak for itself because of the prettiness. And this collage, as I noticed, this stencil went over the edge of the collage. And I like what happened. This one here went around to here. And this up here went around to here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Big, big bits of stencil here, 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 here. And this, I don't know, this was just, of course I needed to do that. Collage. So a lot of it was collage. This wasn't. This is not collage. And this, yeah, that is. Okay. Watercolor background. I just don't know why I perceive this as kind of a gray, shady day. And telling a collage story with bits and bobs from my collection. Any more? Oh yes, some more. These aren't shiny. These are flat bits from probably one of my stitchery books. Yes. This is magazine collage. Magazine collage here. The bird. And this one. And my chore was to background it. There were those stamped flowers that you've seen before. These are a stamp that I still have right behind me in the drawer. I must remember these. And a little bit of another stencil back here. And this section is something I think cut out of some of my. Yes, this is not a magazine bit. This is from one of my own doodles, probably. So, variety is the name of the game here, and it ended with a watercolor page. Practicing watercolor, practicing doodling. So here we have 2018, and I'm going to share this last one. For any of you who have seen these heavy things in, I believe in Michael's, this is what they can be turned into. I don't think they had the holes. I'm sure my husband did that with a drill. And let me explain this. Before, I was still stitching. This is an example of my concept of a face until I learned how to do them. But I have no idea why. I did not copy this from anything. It came right out of my little square head. And I love her. I just love her. Probably because she freed me to go down a path. This I put on, this I put on. These are stamps. The paint on here is acrylic. She's my girl. Oh, that's right. This book has some girls in it. I used to be able to do this, and I'm afraid it might very well be lost. Or maybe I'm just chicken to try again. The background, mottled colors, stencils, all of this is, of course, is me with doodling, and her hair is I covered up her face, and her hair is a stencil with a few tendrils off. But one of my girls. You can see how thick they are. And here, just a play day. Just a play day. I must have a stencil that does this. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. This was a complete play day. Oh. This was a play day. No, this is a stencil that I have modeled over, and yes, and I covered that up with paint, and covered this one with paint, and then I added these backgrounds. And here's that color again. I have to look. I think it's on the back of my carousel. I can't forget this color. This is that really tickles me. But this book is back early days again. We're back to 16 again here. Is there anything in here? No. Yep. Here we are. This part of this was definitely a napkin and a girl. Love this girl. I'm happy with the eyes on her, and I'm happy with the, I had a tendency to make noses too long, but her nose is more normal. And hair practice. These are my doodles. Stenciling. Yes. Stenciling, and this is covered, I believe, with clear gesso to take off the shine. Hello, sweetheart. Don't I wish that was still wrangling around in me somewhere. Ah, yes, this one I remember. My goal here was to change the shape of her face. And doodles. Oh yes, one of my big stencils for the background. Doodles. I changed her eye shape to fit that face. Nice plain hair. Fun. Yes. Oh. Yes, this is an old stencil that I had from way back. This background stencil, I might have kept it or not when I purged in the house in the last few days. And I tried black with white and gold and silver, and this was just a trial experience. It looks better when the light hits it, so some of the silver glow shows. But there's my Josiah shining for me again. But this one was, wow. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm still saying the same thing. Wow. Napkins. And this kind of broke me of the habit of napkins. I'm not really a I'm not really a napkin girl. Sorry, just not. Same way I'm not a tea or coffee dyer. Not my thing. Now this is these are stencils. That, I think, yes. This is collage. Some collage under here. Here. Trick was to get the background to work with the collage bits. You can see the shine of the magazine paper. Not too much to say about that. Less to say about that. I don't know what came over me. But here it is. Carol, Carol, Carol. Stencil, stencil, Carol. The background. I don't know. I wouldn't use that color again for love or money. But that's learning. And here's the back. 12/16, the end. I was happy to get there. One of my girls with a funny shaped face, but I'm happy with her eyes. There's one of those long-nosed girls again. And a piece of collage over here. Some collage tucked in, and some stamps that I went over with white pen. So, a book of girls with my sweetheart. And these two, which I do hope you have enjoyed. Tomorrow will be the end, and it will be showing you the huge one, and I got that out of my system, but I'll share it with you tomorrow, and then I'll get back on to the projects that I have cooking up in my head. If you have enjoyed the visit today, please give me a thumbs up. Leave comments, I do answer them, and I would appreciate your subscribing to my channel. Bye for number 2.